really excited about this show because LACMA has a really strong collection of artworks made of lacquer. And lacquer is commonly found in East Asia and China, Korea, Japan, and Okinawa. This is something this exhibition really focuses on, is show how lacquers from China, Korea, Japan, and Okinawa interrelate, because these were common objects of trade. They were also sent to different countries as tribute. Okinawa or Korea might send the best of their lacquer to the Emperor of China, or the Chinese emperor might send the greatest Chinese lacquers to shoguns who ruled in Japan. Almost everything in the show was a utilitarian object. It was used for one reason or another. One of the great things about LACMA is that we try and be a mirror of the people of LA City, LA County, and of greater Southern California. That is reflected in our visitors. We have well over 1 million visitors every year. They come not only from Southern California, but nationally and actually internationally as well. Our collections are such that they're really global, and we can tell global stories here, not only to represent a given culture, but also to represent how these cultures relate to each other. There are wonderful lacquers here with mother of pearl, like in this case, which is the inner shell of the abalone. There are things with gold. There are things inlaid with tortoise shell. There's a box with basket work. Those are 2 pillows. Those are 2 Japanese pillows. So the decorations are important too. On the ends of the pillows are these mythical beasts called baku in Japan, and their function is to devour nightmares. So if you're having a nightmare, you want a pillow like that. There's a huge dish over there from Okinawa, which are these islands south of Japan. That's bigger than any of that style. It's got 2 dragons inlaid with mother of pearl. That was almost certainly made for tribute, to send as a royal gift to another court in another culture, to impress. And with the movement of these objects, you see a lot of copying. So you see things, we have things here where we're not sure if it's Chinese or Japanese. We have things here that we're not sure if it's Chinese or Okinawan. And there's still mysteries like that. And that's one of the thrills of being a kind of art detective in a museum, because, you know, as much as one knows, there are things you don't know. When you find the answer, when you figure it out, that's like solving a crime.
So this is an exhibition that really showcases the incredible breadth and diversity of LACMA's collection of ceramics. This exhibition, we've juxtaposed 15 works by contemporary ceramic artists from around the world with historical works from across LACMA's collection. And the contemporary works are also in LACMA's collection. So it's really an opportunity for us to show relationships between the past and present, to really show historical works in a new light, while also using the historical works to inform our understanding of the contemporary works. And we're really creating visual dialogues. At the beginning of the exhibition, you'll notice lots of works where the artists are using that relationship with history to make a political commentary or critique. We also have examples where the artist is using, a specific historic tradition or way of working to tell their own individual story. This exhibition is really one that's meant to be seen in person. Clay is obviously such a tactile medium, but also is one that we really wanted the relationships between the objects to be something visual, that people could start to see the connections that we put together, but also to draw their own relationships, have their own conversations with the work. This incredible spherical sculpture that you see is by the Korean artist Ryūkyū, and when you look at it, you see that it's actually made of fragments that have been, built into this round shape. And each individual piece is actually a broken shard of ceramics. So thinking again about ceramics, that are often encountered in pieces. And in this case, the artist is really thinking about ideas of perfection and imperfection. These 2 pieces that you see here with the dragon and the tiger are an example that the artist is looking at a specific historical tradition. And he's looking at this piece that has this, dragon that's very much associated with Korean imagery, and created his own iconography that tells, his own personal stories. So many of you might recognize this specific tiger as Tony the Tiger of cereal box fame. And for him, he was really attached to Tony the Tiger because for him, eating American breakfast cereal was very much symbolism of him being an American kid. Now, this is a piece that you really have to see in person and have to walk all the way around. Because if you look at the back, it is a complete surprise. And Stephen Young Lee's piece, it is completely, in some ways, blown open. And he's also, like some of the other artists we talked about really interested in ideas of perfection and imperfection. And so he actually takes aspects of clay that would have been considered flaws in historical works, like the crackling of the glaze, like the drips, and he's really showed the beauty of those elements. The lacquer exhibition is next to the clay exhibition, and I love the idea that a visitor coming through the museum can really see those relationships themselves. This exhibition, Conversing in Clay, is all about seeing works together and drawing your own relationships and things like that. And I think that the way that this building in particular is designed, it's really meant for a visitor to come through and to see works that they may not have necessarily thought of together and really think about those connections and relationships.
We're the biggest art museum west of the Mississippi. We have, I think, at least 400 staff. And the support LA County gives us means everything. It enables us to do things like this. It enables us to do things that are unusual. LACMA has an increasing track record of presenting exhibitions that have never been done before. That's a big deal, not only in terms of how we serve our audience, but also in terms of our reputation. And it's rare to be able to do things that haven't been done. That's a risk. You never know, will it succeed, how many people will come, but the county support is huge. It's a really important part of our budget.